to the other documental platforms, new verticals, restaurant menu recommender. You know that I've shown in earlier video that restaurant owners can scribe into the system, and then user can basically see, can ask questions and can interact with the systems, and also and do a complete order of the from the restaurants. Now many different restaurants can participate in these programs, and any users who subscribe to these systems and use these systems can utilize these systems and can order. So now what is the difference of these ones compared to the regular webs going to the website and can order? Here the user will get an opportunities to talk. Here user can use a conversation as a frameworks, like typically where the user talk to the Alexa and want to get the information. Here they can get the information about the restaurant, and by getting the informations from the restaurant and the menus, right, they can compare across many different restaurants and can place an orders and can basically go to the restaurants for the carryouts. I did not put the features yet for the deliveries, but that would gonna come in the futures. For now, I will gonna, for the sake of the demo, I will show you that how it works. You see that this is a restaurant workspace, and there is a owners who is basically admin. So in this case, I logged in as an admin. All the restaurant owner or the who will gonna participate this one, they will have a editor privilege, and all the users who will gonna basically participate in these programs will have a viewers permissions. There is a reason behind that, why it is being done. So the owners or the admins, basically they can edit anything, that in case there are any issues in the systems they can modify. The reason the restaurant owner is an editor is restaurant owner can scribe can scribe about the restaurant, can put the menus and all of these things. They can update their restaurant menus, that's prices and everything. So it's a full control. That's why there's an editor privilege over there. Only restaurant owner can update their menus and their restaurants, not for anything. It means there is a email address that's associated with it. In case the email address has a match, right, with the restaurant, only then the update options will gonna come. I will show you that. And the reason all the users are viewer, because they do not have a permissions for updating any menus or anything. They will use in the conversational frameworks, right, asking a questions, and can do the order placements to the restaurant. Now this is how it comes. Now what I'm gonna show you from going to the restaurant owners, which is I'm logging to as a restaurant owner right now. In this case, the Jane Smith is a restaurant owner for that, and if I what first they have to do, they have to go to the workspace, switch to the workspace, which is the restaurant workspace. When then you see that there is some documents over available, and if I go to the restaurant menu scribe options, here the restaurant owner can scribe, because they have the option to scribe. And you see there's edit options for the Royal Biryani House Bothal. If I click the edit, you see that this restaurant owner is basically bkd108@gmail.com, which I logged in, right? So Royal Biryani House Bothal. So that's why the edit option came, and all the menus, prices, which was scribed earlier, right, I showed in a different demo that how the scribe workflow works, right? And with those scribe and in a restaurant owner can edit anything here, but restaurant owner cannot modify anything with the biryani bistro bottle. The primary reason of this one, their email address does not match with these things. If for the biryani bistros bottles owners, if they logged in into their email, right, then they are able to edit this one, but not for the Royal Biryani House bottles owner, which makes sense, right? So now what's doing then, the scribe workflow I works, I explained earlier, so I'm not going to do the one more time here. Basically that's so restaurant owner can speak about their menus, the restaurants and everything, put all the details, then we run an agent workflow, then these menu starts popping up here, and the entire scribe work. There's a restaurant scribe workflow that works, right, which I explained earlier, which embeds, which does the full ingestions, storing into the transcript into the Google storage, then does the chunking and embedding into the vector databases so that it can be searchable, the menus. That's how the process works. Now there is another option called the carry out orders. If you see these carry out orders, one of the customer already placed a submitted orders, and this is the order that the person submitted, right? So that when it means that this is the places that where the restaurant owner can come and basically see that's can and they have to act also for this one. I will gonna show you little later on that when I will press a new order from on behalf of the customer. But just for the sake of the persona, restaurant owners comes into this place and they act on it, right? How they know that something comes? There is a notification mechanism. I will gonna show you that how the notification is coming. So the restaurant owner knows that they have to act on it. They have to either accept the orders and then they have to prepare the foods and all of these things. Now what I will gonna do is I will log in as a user. So the user has a viewer permission. Because the user has a viewer permission, user will not be able to see anything. First again, is they have to go to the workspace and then have to switch into the workspace. Then it will show that this is the workspace that the user is. Then in the vertical they will gonna click here, so they will see these two menus, right? For the sake of the demo, there are two restaurants only. There can many restaurants that it can comes as much as we can, right? So and again there is a restaurant workspace that can be any name of the workspace. It doesn't necessarily need to be the restaurant workspace. So the good stuff is that if we wanted to bucket say Indian restaurant into one bucket and user wanted to search on from the Indian, they can do that, or they can participate in all the restaurants that comes in the many different types like Mediterranean, Indian, then the Chinese restaurants, American restaurant, and many other restaurants. They can also still search. So now from the user standpoint, you see that these are all they cannot modify, right? They can compare menus. Like for example, I wanted to search with tikka, right? And I wanted to compare like all the soya tikka and different tikka that it comes. I wanted to do the dum biryani, right? Then you'll gonna they can see the dum biryani from the different restaurant, right? Veg dum biryani. All. What I will gonna do, I'll pick the Royal Biryani House as an example. Say for example, I'm adding this one, right? Veg dum biryani, and I'm wanting the goat dum biryani. These two I wanted to add, right? See, that's I wanted to add a two of veg dum biryani from here, right? So I wanted to give the customer name here, uh, for the sake of the workflow to let you. This is not the phone, this is the email address, and say phone number is, for example, I'm giving in case the restaurant owner wants to give the call for some reason, right? Then I can do a review order. You say order draft is ready, and this is the total amount, and this is the total amount because there are two of veg and the one good day that comes in total of this one, right? So if I click a place carry out order, what would gonna happen is it says that my carry out order submitted, right? This order is now submitted. Because this order is submitted, I will gonna go now with the restaurant owner's view. Now I now when the order is submitted, what happens in behind the scene? Let me show you what happens when order is submitted, right? You see that this is at the yahoo.com, and basically the systems generates notifications to the user and saying that this order is submitted. At the same time, restaurant owners was in the Gmail, so restaurant owner says the new carry out orders, right? And this is the way that it comes. What are the orders and everything? From there, restaurant owner knows that now they have to act on. Now I logged in as a restaurant owner here now, right, with the Jane Smith bk10 at gmail.com. Now while logged in, what I have to do that I have to go to the pages again, my carry out order, right? You see that the carry out order processing restaurant owner queue, and you see that this is the order just been placed. One good dum biryani, two veg dum biryanis, right? That came at the top, and with the total amount as a 58.47, right? If I accept and confirm, right? I can, the restaurant can accept, can reject also. If they reject, they don't need to think about that. Say that it accepted a dog. What happens is, in these cases, restaurant owner will not gonna get a notification, but user will gonna get another notification that your order is accepted. Now, because user got orders gets accepted, right? So now user can see from their UI also order gets accepted. But say for example, that order gets accepted, they prepared the food. Now they have to, restaurant owner have to confirm this as a ready for pickup, right? When they click the mark to it, that is for the ready for pickup, right? I mean, food is ready, customer can come, can pick the food. Now when this comes, user gets another notification call that your carry out order is ready for pickup, right? So now if I take a look now, the users point of view, I will gonna see I'm logging as a user right now. So while logged in as user, I can see that here that it says they're ready for pickup, right? The same status that it comes as my carry out orders, right? Now, because it came now, I saw that Royal Biryani House update says that your order is ready for pickup, right? So now say that now user will go to the restaurant, right? They will pick it up, they will pay the bill, right? Here I did not intentionally put the payment integration yet, right? Usually the payment integration will gonna come, that's when restaurant owner accepts the order, at that time the bill will gonna happen, right? So I did not integrate right now, but I will gonna integrate in the futures. But to showcase right now that how the actual restaurant workflow works, so this is something what I'd like to show. But before that, look, I showed you one thing, that's how the flow works, but I did not show how by the conversation, right? The entire process works, which I will gonna show after completing this one, right? So ready for pickup. Now I want to go to the restaurant owner view. Let me complete the flow first. I went to the restaurant owner's view, and then I wanted to click this one, right? It is ready for pickup, so that customer picked it up. And when you click a complete, what happens is that it says the status as completed. When it comes the status as completed, if you see that there's another email that would gonna come, it is saying that your carry out order is complete. So customer will get another, they already picked it up. So because it's picked it up, they do not have any questions to pick it up again, right? So customer paid the money and the restaurant and pick it up. So this is how the entire workflow works. Now you see that this is not much difference like a DoorDash, Uber or anything. There is no such conversation that's happening here from the user standpoint, but they will get an additional benefit. Now I will show you how you can do the comparisons in terms of as a user, right? So from the different menu, because ultimately what the advantage here is, if customer can say, like I'm asking, compare goat dum biryani prices. I'm asking this one. Now, here I select a Royal Biryani House and Biryani Bistro bottles as a one. What it shows you that here is the good dum biryani prices in the Biryani Bistro and Royal Biryani House 23.49, right? And then it shared you with the menu item that if you wanted. If I add here, I will gonna add later, but I will, before that I will gonna show you that, say for example I wanted to show me chicken tikka prices, right? But I wanted to do a comparison. So say for example, a Royal Biryani House is little expensive, but still I might have a choice, right? Maybe I wanted to order from Biryani Bistro because it's cheaper, but still that's based on educated decisions I can take the order, right? So like when I ask show the chicken tikka prices, you see that the way it comes is that the chicken tikka price, it showed it here, right? And menu item, restaurant item, what are their contact details, and all of this came here. Now I will show you one more stuff, that before I place an order, right, even we can speak and we can get an input out of it, right? I will gonna ask now questions. Show me murg malai kebab prices.